And we are now streaming. So, hello, hello. For those of you who don't know me by now, my name is Glenda Barrington, and I am so excited to be here today. For many women, being in debt can feel like being in a bad relationship, the kind of relationship that just tears them down, stresses them out, and basically makes them feel like crap. And I know how that feels because I've been there. So now I help women break up with their debt and kick it to the curb. However, to reach this level of financial wellness, it takes more than just paying off the bills. The state of someone's finances can impact the other areas of their life. And if a person is struggling, like I just did, struggled in other areas of their life, it can have a negative impact on their finances because, after all, it's all intertwined. And that's why I brought together a group of experts in financial literacy, mindset, self care, and self confidence to create the Essentials of Financial Wellness giveaway. It's a bundle of free tools, training, and more to support women on their life's journey. The giveaway ends tomorrow at midnight, which is Friday, May 28th. And today and tomorrow, I'm chatting with some of the awesome women who have contributed to the giveaway bundle, and you'll get to learn a little bit more about them and the free gift. Today, I'm joined by Robin Smith, who is a mom of a charming little fellow of 8, an army wife, and an entrepreneur. Hi, Robin. I'm so happy you're here today.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
I love it. So, Robin, you have a lot going on there, but as an entrepreneur, how do you serve others?
So, I primarily work with network marketers, affiliate marketers, small business owners who want to build their business online using social media to really have that lifestyle that they always dreamed of. I mean, I can relate, I'm sure you can. I didn't leave the office to be stuck in my home office. I don't want to be chained to this computer all day long, And I realized how I could build my business from my phone, from moving around, from scheduling stuff like that. So I really like to share that with other people to help them build their business while they can be out on the beach with their kids or, on vacation or something like that, or just at the park. I mean, just get away from, 5 minutes or whatever, or enjoy TV, in the middle of the afternoon, if that's what you like.
It sounds great. So, what prompted you to be a contributor in this giveaway?
Oh, I was super excited about this because I knew it was something my audience, I'm going to be a little selfish here, but I think it was something my audience would need. I talk to people all the time and I hear people, struggling with debt that yes, they're trying to build a business. And one of the hardest things to do building a business is when you're stuck, when you do get a little bit of money, but suddenly you have to use it to pay bills or to pay down the debt. Because many of us, that's why we got into business initially, especially like a side gig or something like that, was to help pay bills down. And it can be hard. It's like, I want to invest in a coach or I want to invest in quote, a course or something like that. But at the end of the month, I don't have any more money to do that, and I'm just rounding up the credit card. So the debt's getting higher and higher. So I figured this would be perfect for my audience to kind of maybe give them some suggestions on at least realizing, like we said, one, they're not alone, because I think that's something huge that I hear a lot from my people I work with is they think they're the only ones in debt. So I wanted them to realize, one, you're not alone, and two, maybe you'll get some ways to get out of it, at least to change maybe your mindset to
Yeah.
help you get over it. So that was why I wanted to contribute, in hopes that my gifts would be able to help some others too as well.
Yeah. Well, that's great because I mean, you're so right in the fact that sometimes when people are in debt, that's the first thing they think, "Oh my gosh, I'm in this by myself," or whatever. They don't realize that. And I don't think it's because they do it purposely. It's just that they get stuck in this like little box basically, and they can't really see beyond it. But opening it up and talking about finances and debt and money, I think that's really important. And so I'm so happy that you decided to take part in this giveaway because there's a bunch of awesome women in here and they have such amazing gifts to bring forward. Um, Now, you do wear a number of different hats. I mean, you're a mom to an 8-year-old boy, you're an army wife, you're an entrepreneur, and you also help people switch to safe plant based products for their home. So I'm thinking you're a pretty busy lady. So I want to know, how do you create balance between work, home life, and still have time for yourself?
Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you, one of the things I learned very quickly is there's two people in the world. Okay. You can be very successful working 2 hours a day. I know a lot of people that are very successful working 2 hours a day. I know a lot of unsuccessful people who might be working 40 hours a week.
Mhm.
So it's not about the time. We all think it's time. It's about using the time you have wisely. And for example, one of the famous, everyone knows this, right? Do we aimlessly scroll on Facebook? You know, if your clients are on Facebook, yes, exactly. Okay, and I'm going to joke because I'm one of these people that like says this all the time, and I fell down the rabbit hole on Monday. Okay, right down. I tell people all the time, if you're building your business and you're using Facebook or any social media, but we'll use Facebook for example, you're using Facebook as your platform. When you get on, you need to purposely scroll. So you need to engage, you need to like, you need to figure out who your clients are, you need to meet new people, you need to follow up, you need to actively be doing things, not just aimlessly scrolling on
Mhm.
whatever time you have. So I joked because Monday morning, I am on there. I had 15 minutes and I was like, oh, let me engage with my audience for 15 minutes while I had some time. My son was in a class and over the weekend, my cousin had gotten married. So his new wife put up 400 and some pictures.
Oh my gosh.
So 15 minutes of looking at pictures of a wedding I was at. Okay. To make this even worse. Okay. I was there. I sat in the 92-degree weather during this wedding, okay, because it was outside COVID and everything. There weren't many of us. 92 degrees. We sat outside sweating to death. And there I did. I looked at, pictures. My son comes in, I'm done. And I'm like, oh, I didn't get anything finished. Oh, no. I'm like, I did what I told people not to do. So that's one of the things, really, really the big thing is you have to maximize your time effectively. Now, I say this on both ends, on business as well as personal.
I was
So
just going to say personal, yes.
yes, my husband and I, a couple weeks ago, we actually did the like detox over the weekend. He came home from work. We both of us had a huge busy week. Okay, I mean both of us. It was Friday night. I was like, we're ordering pizza. We're putting the phones away, and that's it. No phone, no computer, no nothing. We're gonna play video games and we're gonna watch movies and everything all weekend long. We're gonna eat bad food. I don't care. And that's what we did. So Friday night to Monday morning, my phone was off. I mean, totally off. I never got on Facebook. I never did anything. I had pure family time and that was it. But it's
Awesome.
funny because I had so many things scheduled. My audience never knew what I did because it still looked like I was online. And that's the
Yeah.
benefit things of doing things online and scheduling things ahead is your audience will never know when you take a little time to yourself, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and that's
that makes
really,
sense.
yeah. And that's really what's super duper important is allocating that time to work and allocating that time for, you know, family and allocating that time for yourself and then being a little strict and letting people know, hey, this is my me time, kind of thing, or this is family time. Maybe, your non-negotiables, I like to call them, for some people, it might be church on Sunday morning, non-negotiable, rain or snow, whatever, I'm going to church Sunday morning. Okay, well, you know what? Your clients or your customers, your prospects, they need to know that maybe from 9 to 12 on Sunday morning. I'm not going to ever be answering you because
Yeah.
this is part of my thing. Or your kid has soccer practice on Saturday or something like that. You shouldn't, I mean, don't go to soccer practice and I got to respond to everybody and I'm doing this. And you're like one of those moms we make fun of, or on the phone the whole time, If you want to be involved with soccer practice, be involved with soccer practice. Just know that those 3 hours are, family time or whatever. Then I got to come back and do my work on the time I scheduled to do my work.
Yeah. And that makes sense. And as you were talking about this, I can see where setting and enforcing boundaries really, really become important because we're not only talking your professional life, your business, we're also talking your personal life. Because if you're running, running, running when anybody calls or whatever, or if you're on the social media, there's so much more that you're missing out on. And besides that, like if like you, when you got caught in your 400 pictures there, like time passes so quickly, and then it was this big rush to get your other stuff done, right?
It was, yes, yeah, and that's really, not to jump ahead, but that's what my gift actually is really how to plan that out. How to, I call it plan your perfect week, and that's really what it is. And no, nothing's going to be perfect. I'm not going to say it is. Things are going to happen. The kids are going to get sick. The husband's going to need you, whatever. But in your mind, you're like, this is my perfect week. And hey, if you get 80% done, yes, put your hands up at the end of the week,
Well, that's the thing. Everybody's perfect week looks different, right?
Looks different. Yes.
And I mean, this is a great segue into my next question, which is, would you tell us about the gift that you contributed to the bundle?
Yes. So I always joke, my first coach, who's now my mentor, I work with him all the time. This was my first assignment. Okay. At the time, my husband was deployed. I had my son. At the time, I had one income stream, and he had talked to me about adding multiple income streams. And I remember I was like, I can't do this. I don't have any more time. What are you crazy? My baby's at home. I got this, I got that. I'm doing the 2-hour nap hustle. Okay, if you have a kid at home, you understand the nap hustle. Luckily, my kid slept for 2 hours. I know some people that only get like 45 minutes here and there. And I was like, I can't do this. And he's like, and he gave me this assignment. And the assignment is, you write down for 1 week, you write down everything you do. You just keep track of it, everything. And he goes, you have to think about it this way. And I always give this example, and I'll give this example in the training as well, is, for example, if you say, I eat dinner at 6:00, okay, that's great. But how long did it take you to make dinner? That's time as well. But is that time that you can use for something else? So for example, when I make dinner, I have training in the background, like a podcast or a motivational thing playing in my ears while I'm cooking dinner. I do it when I run too. So for example, I exercise every morning for 30 minutes. I go for a run every 30 minutes. What do? I listen to a podcast during those 30 minutes. So now not only am I getting my body ready, I'm getting my brain ready at the same time.
Okay.
So you're going to go through that first. You're going to do 1 whole week, figure out everything. And then you're going to realize that you actually have a lot more time than you really think of.
Yep, 3 hours in front of the TV.
and it's funny. She laughs. I love my TV. Okay, I joke. I love my TV. That I am a TV addict. I absolutely positively love it. I'm not gonna lie. That is my reward every night. If I get everything done, and I usually try to because I want to watch my shows. If I get everything done by 8:00, between 8 and 9, is TV time. That's my reward for my daily eating. Some people, they like their coffee, like I know some people, I talked to a lady the other day, hers is her half hour in the morning before the kids get up. She likes to have her coffee. And that she said, that's her reward from doing well for the day before. She starts the day like that. Okay. She's like, if I had a bad day, she goes, man, I miss my coffee sometimes. I got to catch up on the work I didn't do the day before at that time. That's her time. So figure out something to reward yourself and add that in because it's super duper important.
Okay. And I think rewards are important. Because a lot of times I think what we do, we wait until it's we reach the end goal before we reward ourselves. But I think, rewarding ourselves on these little milestones,
Definitely.
It makes such a big difference, and it's so uplifting and it's motivational.
So true. So, because I'll be honest, it's lonely when you're an entrepreneur, especially if you left the office where you had time to gab with people and everything like that. I joke, I worked in a research lab. I was a scientist before I came here, and I was all by myself. Okay. People had to come into my lab. I had a lab to myself in the room. So I joke, I was by myself there. I'm by myself at home. It doesn't really matter to me. But other people weren't like that. They were used to having those people to talk to all day long. Well, when you're at home and you're working your business, there's nobody telling you got to get to work.
Exactly.
Like I said, there's nothing wrong with sitting and watching TV for 8 hours. Nobody's telling you that, so you have to get to work. And for most people, having that reward system or something, whatever it is, whether it's your coffee or your TV or your bath time with your bath bombs or whatever it is, you reward yourself for doing the work that you said you were going to do.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I love it. I'm gonna have to check this out because believe me, I know we only have 24 hours in a day, so it's not we can't extend time. It's how we manage ourselves and use our time effectively.
Yeah, I'll tell you just real quick. One of the people I work with, she is a labor and delivery nurse. Okay.
Okay.
If you've ever had a kid, these women are amazing, or nurses, I should say, are absolutely amazing. Okay.
Okay.
They're gods, in my opinion. Okay. I joke, my lady didn't leave my side for her whole 12-hour shift. She sat by my side. I even said, I was like, did you pee? Afterwards, thinking back, I'm like, what you didn't eat? You didn't pee? I didn't see any of this. But he never left my side. So she is a labor and delivery nurse. And she says whenever she gets a 5-minute break, which let's see, it probably ain't that much, she pulls out her phone and she prospects. Okay, so she'll talk to people then. She's built a 5-figure business, from doing
Wow.
this, while she's still she loves being a labor and delivery nurse. She
Yeah.
just does this on the side, but she's been able to build this business because of these little nooks and crannies that she's now figured out. Again, instead of scrolling aimlessly on Facebook, she's actively meeting people on Facebook that would be right for her business. She's using her
Okay.
time wisely. You can do that. Like I said, I listen while we're making dinner. You could probably grab your phone and maybe meet 5 people while you're waiting for the water to boil for for spaghetti or something like that. It's about
Oh
using your
yeah.
time wisely.
No, that's awesome, and I think a lot of us can use it not only oh my geez, honestly, today is like blah blah blah. So it's not only in our professional lives, but in our personal lives. Because how much
Yes.
time realistically do we waste? Like I know for me, and when I was talking about 3 hours, like I watch TV because I have some really great shows that I love, and some days like usually on the weekend or something, I might start with one and then it's like, oh my God, I wonder what's going to happen next. So then I have to hit the next one, right? And depending on what's happening on that day, there could be a third episode that sneaks in there.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh. And then it's like, oh my God, like my whole afternoon is just gone.
Yeah.
And you
But
can't get that time back.
you can't get that time back. But if you already did your work,
Yes.
then you can reward yourself with that,
Yeah, but the
and not
work
feel
wasn't
guilty.
done.
I was say if the work's
The
not
work
done,
wasn't
then
done.
then yeah, you feel a little guilt, a little guilt at that time.
I think that's the key. Do the work, get
Do
the
the work.
reward. Exactly.
Then
No,
get
that's
the
perfect.
reward. Exactly. Then you don't have the guilt. Like we joke, you always hear mommy guilt all the time, Well, you know what? There's mommy guilt too for your business. Your business is also your baby. And
Oh
you feel
yeah,
guilt,
exactly.
from that. Like, oh, I should be working, or I didn't get back to that person right as soon as I should have and everything. Especially if they say no, because then you start thinking, well, if I would have got back to them last night, would they have said yes? Like that haunts you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? You got to realize that that's just, it's part of business. And you have to, if you get the work done, then you don't feel like you have that guilt when you're not working.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I can't wait to see how this is going to work for me. And I know I'm in for some rude awakenings when I start to write stuff down, as I actually write and look at where my time goes because I gotta, I have a feeling that's not going to be pretty.
Like I said, you'll be amazed how much more time you have than what you thought of, But you'll also, as I said, you always have to think about how long things take, and we have to be realistic about that because, like I said, I still remember, as I said, about the dinner, never thought
Yeah.
about, oh, wow, you figure it takes a half hour or so, sometimes an hour, depending on what you're making to
Yeah,
get dinner ready. That's time where sometimes you're physically doing something.
exactly.
You can't be on your phone when you're physically doing something, but you can have it on your ears,
This
so
is true. This is true.
fit it in,
Love
fit
it.
it in. Yep.
Love it. Well, Robin, I guess we'll wrap this up. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be here today and sharing a little bit about you and your awesome contribution to the Essentials of Financial Wellness giveaway. And all of it is greatly appreciated.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I would say I'm so excited about this. And like we said, yeah, pick that up, go through, pick up everybody's little thing. That's what I
Well,
did
yeah,
this morning. I went through and picked up, things that I was interested in. And most importantly, I'm going to say, don't just get them and let them sit. Do
yeah.
them. Do it.
Well, this is
Actually
the
listen to it.
thing.
Yes.
It is we can't do this through osmosis, just because we have it. Well, I know it's not osmosis because we're not touching it, but that kind of same idea. Just because it's on you in your inbox doesn't mean that you're going to actually benefit from it.
I'm not going to absorb it just by looking at it. No.
Exactly. So, ladies, if you're ready to step up and take control of your finances and take care of yourself at the same time, this could be life changing. And we want to help you get started. So, as Robin said, get in there, grab your free gifts, let us support you on your journey. And on that note, we are out of here. Oh, wait now, one more thing. The link is in the description. But remember that the giveaway ends tomorrow at midnight. So be sure to grab everything then. And now, on that note, we are out of here. So you have yourself a totally fantabulous day, and always, always, always let your awesomeness shine. Bye.